Welcome to the Military OZ channel. In this video, we will discuss USS Augusta, LCS-34. Arrives at Homeport in San Diego. The Independence variant littoral combat USS Augusta, LCS-34, arrived at its San Diego Homeport October 30th. Augusta successfully completed all assessments, certifications and advanced training requirements in Mobile, Alabama, before the ship transited to Eastport, Maine, where Augusta was formally commissioned into service, September 30th. Augusta is assigned to U.S. 3rd Fleet. In September, Augusta departed the builder's yard and voyaged 2,200 nautical miles to the easternmost city in the United States, Eastport, Maine, to commission the ship into service, said Cmdr. Christopher Polnaszek, Augusta Blue crew's commanding officer. Along the way, this San Diego-based crew endured or dodged 3 tropical storms to make her maiden transit to her homeport. We are excited to rejoin our families, friends, and pets in San Diego, and show the waterfront what USS Augusta is capable of doing. In the week leading up to the commissioning ceremony, Augusta's crew spent time with their ship's sponsor, Chief Justice Lee Softly, President and Dean of the University of Maine School of Law and former Chief Justice of the Maine Supreme Judicial Court. The crew also participates in community relations events in their namesake city to build a strong connection with their namesake city community. Augusta recently completed a sail around, making port visits to Norfolk, Virginia, before stopping in Eastport for the formal commissioning ceremony. Once commissioned into active service, the ship and crew continued their sail around to Newport, Rhode Island, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Cristobal, Panama, via the Panama Canal, and Mazatlan, Mexico, before arriving to its homeport at Naval Base San Diego as part of Littoral Combat Ship Squadron 1. We are proud of Augusta and her crew for all the hard work they have demonstrated, as well as their commitment to forging partnerships with her namesake, said Captain Mark Crawford, Commodore of Littoral Combat Ship Squadron 1. We would also like to sincerely thank those who supported Augusta during her commissioning and sail around, and we are happy to have her join us here in San Diego as the latest addition to the Pacific Fleet. Augusta is the 17th Independence variant LCS commissioned in the United States Navy, and the second U.S. Navy ships to bear this namesake. USS Augusta, SSN 710, the first naval vessel to be named for Maine's capital, served from 1985 to 2009, taking part in operations enduring freedom and Iraqi freedom. The ship's sponsor was Mrs. Diana D. Cohen, wife of Senator William S. Cohen of Maine, who later served as the Secretary of Defense, 1997 to 2001. The selection of Augusta as the ship's namesake, the easternmost state capital in the U.S., recognizes the value of Maine's maritime history and landscape. The state's rugged Atlantic coast is home to fishermen, lobstermen, and a thriving maritime industry that is a testament to Maine's enduring contributions to the nation. Augusta is a fast, optimally manned, mission-tailored surface combatant that operates in near-shore and open ocean environments, winning against 21st-century coastal threats. LCS like Augusta integrate with joint, combined, manned and unmanned teams to support forward presence, maritime security, sea control, and deterrence missions around the globe. An integral part of U.S. Pacific Fleet, U.S. 3rd Fleet operates naval forces in the Indo-Pacific and provides the realistic, relevant training necessary to execute our Navy's role across the full spectrum of military operations, from combat operations to humanitarian assistance and disaster relief. U.S. 3rd Fleet works together with our allies and partners to advance freedom of navigation, the rule of law, and other principles that underpin security for the Indo-Pacific region. USS Augusta, LCS-34, hosts a Friends and Family Day cruise. The Independence variant littoral combat ship USS Augusta, LCS-34, hosted a Friends and Family Day cruise off the coast of San Diego, May 13th. The crew welcomed aboard 105 visitors consisting of family members, friends and guests from Big Brothers Big Sisters of San Diego and Naval Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps from Colton High School. The cruise provided guests with a unique opportunity to get an inside look at the workings and equipment of a littoral combat ship at sea. Fabulous experience. I have a new appreciation for the hardworking sailors aboard the USS Augusta, said John Stalley, a resident of San Diego and a member of Big Brothers Big Sisters San Diego. Super to gain insight into the teamwork and shared responsibility required. The "do your job" message combined with compassion towards everyone was heartfelt and motivating. Sailors and guests began the day with an early sea and anchor evolution. Getting underway at 8 a.m. participants then gathered on the flight deck for a narrated, guided tour of the San Diego Bay as Augusta navigated toward open waters. Sailors conducted ship tours throughout the day to accommodate visitors with the ship's operational capabilities. The schedule for the day included a demonstration of Augusta's high-speed capabilities, live fire gunnery exercises with static displays and an interactive damage control tour where guests could don firefighting equipment and spray water out of a firefighting hose. This was a great experience, not only for our friends, family and community members, but for the crew of Augusta, said Cmdr. Chris Polnaszek, commanding officer of Augusta. Our sailors take pride in the work they do on board, and it's wonderful to have the opportunity to share some of that with those we care about. Additionally, guests were able to attend a re-enlistment and awards ceremony held on the ship's flight deck, followed by a pie-in-the-face fundraising event held by Augusta's first-class petty officers mess. The day concluded with a command lunch, known colloquially as an aluminum beach picnic, before returning to Homeport in San Diego. It was a trip of a lifetime and something I'll never forget, said Jason Swallow, Camarena Elementary School principal. Augusta is homeported in San Diego as a part of Littoral Combat Ship Squadron 1. Littoral combat ships are fast, optimally manned, mission-tailored surface combatants that operate in near-shore and open ocean environments, winning against 21st-century threats. LCS integrates with joint, combined, manned and unmanned teams to support forward presence, maritime security, sea control, and deterrence missions around the globe. The 421 feet 6 inches by 103.7 trimaran LCS-34 is the 17th Independence variant littoral combat ship, LCS, delivered by the company and the second Navy vessel to be named Augusta in honor of Maine's state capital. Austal USA delivers LCS-34 named after Maine's capital. Delivery documents were signed on board the ship and followed the successful completion of acceptance trials during which the ship's major systems and equipment were tested. The ship's pre-commissioning units will now prepare the ship for fleet introduction, support forward presence, maritime security, sea control and deterrence missions. Several Austal U.S.